Hello, my name is Fiona, and I am a certified teacher and a Praxis coach with Study.com. Are you planning to take the Gifted Education Test? This is test number 5358. Praxis 5358 covers several subtopics. This problem set covers the subtopic of professionalism. Let's review some of the types of questions you may encounter on the exam. Let's jump right in. Problem number 1. What is an example of a copyrighted material that is legal for a teacher to use under the fair use doctrine? A copyrighted article used less than 15 times in one semester. A copyrighted history journal where only 20% of a written work is copied. A copyrighted video about the Battle of the Bulge being used for instruction by a history teacher during a unit on World War II, or a copyrighted lesson guide about World War II that is used to teach multiple grade levels. So the United States Copyright Statute, the Fair Use Doctrine, allows the use of limited portions of work, including quotes, for several purposes, including education. But more detail of that is videos used for instruction instead of entertainment, a literary work where less than 10% is copied, so that eliminates this one. A piece is not used for more than one class, course, or semester. That eliminates this. And something is used less than 10 times in a semester. This is 15 times in a semester, so we can eliminate that. So the only thing that can be used under the fair use doctrine here is the copyrighted video about the Battle of the Bulge being used for instruction by a history teacher during a unit on World War II. And that is the correct answer. Problem number 2. A second grade student has apraxia of speech and qualifies for legal protection under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Which of the following describes the responsibilities of this student's teacher? They must follow the student's 504 plan. They must find one-on-one support for the student. They must follow the student's individual education plan, or they must create a separate learning environment within the classroom. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act assists students with disabilities to get the help they need to succeed. The classroom teacher's role includes taking part in IEP meetings and following the directives of the IEP regarding accommodations and/or modifications. So looking at these answers, we can eliminate 2 immediately. They must create a separate learning environment within the classroom. That wouldn't be the primary concern. It may be part of the IEP, but we don't know. So we can eliminate that. Next, they must find one-on-one support for the student. That may or may not be part of the IEP as well, and it would not be the classroom teacher's responsibility. So we can eliminate that as well. Now they must follow the student's 504 plan, or they must follow the student's individual education plan. What's the difference between a 504 plan and an IEP? The 504 plan is developed for students who have a disability but do not require special education services. An IEP provides a program of specialized instruction and supports. And in this case, the student requires an IEP, and therefore that supersedes the 504 plan, and that is the correct answer. Problem number 3. Which of the following course titles would be most appropriate as professional development for an educator of gifted students? Integrating technology into the modern classroom, differentiation, expanding students' individual knowledge, social media, what does it mean for today's youth, or learning environment and the impact on students. Right away, we can eliminate 3 for the same reason. Integrating technology into the modern classroom. Social media, what does it mean for today's youth? And learning environment and the impact on students. These are all applicable to teachers at all levels of all subjects, so it's not particularly good for an educator of gifted students. What is differentiated instruction? This means tailoring instruction to each student's needs and abilities. Gifted students are gifted in various ways, so the teacher needs to keep up to date on techniques for enriching each student's learning. So the correct answer is differentiation, expanding students' individual knowledge. Problem number 4. Willful neglect of duty, misrepresentation, fraud, incompetency, violations of ethical standards, unprofessional conduct, immoral conduct, or indecent behavior are examples of Pickering v. Board of Education, teachers' rights, freedoms, or just cause. We can cross out that these would be teachers' rights or that they would be teachers' freedoms. Now, Pickering v. Board of Education was a Supreme Court case from the late 1960s where it held that a teacher had a right to speak on issues of public importance without being dismissed. So we can cross that out as well. Just cause. Just cause for dismissal for a teacher in the United States includes all of these. So the answer is just cause. I hope I was able to clarify this subtopic of professionalism so that you now have a better understanding of the types of questions you can expect to find on the exam. Please remember to like and subscribe to this channel so that with Study.com's help, you will feel confident and prepared on exam day. Bye for now.